Hello everybody, my name is Pyrac, and in today's video I decided to go look at another Game8 build, this time the Switch Axe. And this time around, build is a lot more scuffed than the Dual Blades one was, because check this out. For one, it doesn't even have all the armor pieces covered that it uses. I don't know how they managed to miss that, but yeah, it's there. That and it's running Grinder. I really don't like Grinder on Switch Axe, or I guess any weapon. You can see there's no crit boost either, there's no evade extender, there's no sharpness management on a weapon that heavily consumes sharpness, but let's go take it to a monster, I guess. Alright, this time around I decided to go take it to a Magma Almudron, because he's generally a pretty good switch-up matchup, and he's pretty good with counters in general, so any like counter-based weapon should do fine. I have a feeling this build's going to have two major problems. You all saw the first one just then, which is I'm just going to... Okay, that's a hard sign. I'm just going to have to like sharpen on the dog repeatedly, and the other one is going to be amp gauge. I feel like this is going to run out of amp gauge repeatedly, because I'm going to go to counter, or like do regular morph combos, because it's what you should be using, and I'm just not going to have enough amp gauge to continue doing said morph combos. So we'll see. Also I have a feeling I'm going to have to do like old school tactics with Switch Axe here, where I actually stay in sword rather than finishing like my morph loops. And the reason behind that is just because I'm not going to have enough amp to swap back. Was so slow getting to him. Would normally be able to land like... okay. Yeah, see? Already out of amp. Would normally be able to land like double sweep into it. That was a really weird angle for him to choose to go underground. Nice, counter this. I have a feeling there's going to be moments in this hunt where I can't counter that, and I'm going to be real sad because it's like my favorite attack to counter. But that's alright. Cool. And we didn't have amp gauge to punish it. Let's go. That's not going to get old at all. Okay, get some damage. Obviously that one's on me. I should just paid attention to my meter. Didn't have any meter. I love wasting wire bugs. Thanks, cat. Get some damage. Yep, I should have stayed in sword. Okay. That's definitely going to be an issue. Does this twice. Just going through it there, because hopefully we have hyper armor to go through a decent bit of it. Out of amp gauge again. He slams off this. Or sweep. Both work. As long as we're not in the sweet spot. Another one. There. Cool. That morph into wild swing. Bang, bang. Counter backwards. So we hit the face. Unfortunate stagger. So we definitely could have hit the face a lot more than that. Wild swing. Can slam off this. Or enrage. He still spins off it, I think. Yeah, cool. 1 and 2. I'll wait for the second loop, if you're curious. That's a great stagger. Go left. Because we could see him revving up the right-hand side. Oh, we got away. 1, 2, counter. He missed? Okay, cool. I didn't want that counter. Couldn't really do a whole lot there. Went for the dog. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Sweep, we just get hit. Well, unless we've won the sweet spot, we take those. Definitely intentional. Counter this. What a dunk. Some damage. Yeah, maybe I just stay in... Oh, but the morph combo does more too. Kind of ideal tail cut. 1, 2. Again, I wait for the second rotation generally. Gonna stay in sword this one. ZSD. Eat. Morph comboed. Tail slam. Oh, I have to send it. Unfortunate. I was way too early on it, so we just didn't have amp gauge. Counter backwards. Okay. Probably shouldn't counter that one backwards, just because it doesn't really hit all that well. Slide off this. Nice, he reached. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Definitely want to sharpen soon. But he's giving me so many good attacks. Which is why you want to have enough sharpness for a hunt, by the way. That's generally why we run a certain amount of sharpness. It's just because you don't want to have to sharpen, especially in an arena. In like a open map, it doesn't matter too much. Because you literally get a chance to sharpen anytime the monster moves anyway. But generally you want enough sharpness to last the hunt. Or at least a good chunk of the hunt to get your mounts and whatnot. Oh, double enrage. I say double enrage because he like does a sweep off this so that you get to hit him again as well. Oh, I should have sent it early. At least we didn't get hit by the fireball as well. Getting hit by that though because we have no movement. Cool. That's a horrid stagger. Nice, I get to counter it again. Surprised we've actually had enough resource to counter that each time. I don't know if that was worth taking or not, because I don't think amp gauge regens during the Wyvern ride. Oh, it does! We actually just got a tiny bit back. Hopefully we get a tiny bit more, so I can actually do sword stuff. Okay, there we go. Nice. Probably have to stay in sword, so I'm just going to do that. Nice and simple. Encounter this. Okay, we take those. That wasn't too bad, but y'all saw it happen several times, and we had to sharpen once. Which, to be fair, I think if I was more aggressive with the counters, I probably wouldn't have had to sharpen again during time I could have hit him. But I also had to switch charger to get amp gauge. But y'all can kind of see why I said initially, probably going to have issues with amp gauge as well as sharpness. We did have both of them show up even in a 6-minute hunt. So, yeah, if you want to make this build better, if you want to optimize this set better, go towards 100% crit chance with Master's Touch instead, and you still need more handicraft, so maybe go a handicraft talisman or rapid morph talisman instead, and put switcher on here, for the love of God. Just put switcher on here, your life will improve tenfold. And Game8, make sure you have enough decorations in the gear. There shouldn't be one decoration left, especially a 4-slot. Because, for example, this would heavily improve it too. This alone would have heavily improved it, just putting Evade Extender on here. Or get Crit Boost 3. You also don't have Crit Boost 3 on here, just put that in there. Just anything, put something in that decoration slot, because a level 4 is well and truly worth it. But as always, here was the build. They also put sharpness on here, which is funny. I guess they wanted that 10 hits of purple with protective polish. As for augments, I didn't mention augments, but it does recommend some of them. I don't necessarily think they're worth getting, especially Teostra's Blessing, which apparently is a damage augment, because it has enough slots in here to put 2 Kushala Blessing or Teostra Blessing already. It wants Coalescence, which kinda meh. Get that 2 element, you know. Powder Mantle's fine, would give it a little bit more damage. Power Prolonger, completely useless, which I don't know if I mentioned in this hunt. It does have Power Prolonger 1 on here. It doesn't do a whole lot, because we've got the Elemental Burst Counter, which charges it up instantly anyway, so we don't have to worry about maintaining it. Wind Mantle is already on here, so you don't really need more. Protective Polish, funnily enough, is an augment recommendation. I guess if you're not using this one, you wouldn't have Protective Polish 3, which is also not good. And Frenzy Bloodlust. Frenzy Bloodlust would have been good to have, like a second level. But yeah, the main takeaways, if you want to make a Switch Axe build, put the Switcher Jewel in instead of Elemane, instead of Anti-Species. It is well and truly worth having Switcher Jewel. It is very, very good. I'll just show a quick example if you don't understand why it's that important. So you see the amp gauge here. Bang, 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 bang. We get a tiny bit back, but we're still going down on our basic combo. And that is our primary damage combo, so we can't maintain this forever. Whereas if I go put the Switcher Jewel on, this is the difference. So amp gauge actually goes up. See? It actually goes up on our main combo, so we can keep doing it. And this is important both because we want to keep doing this combo because it heavily increases our damage output, as well as in our elemental burst counter, you notice it constantly drains. So we're using our amp gauge. And then guess what? I've got it back because I have switcher. And then I can keep doing it. That's why it's important. But either way, that was trying out another Game8 build. This time, quite a bit worse than the Dual Blades one, at least in my opinion. The damage on it was fine, because Switch Axe does a lot of damage anyway. But the glaring issues with sharpness and amp gauge management due to not having switcher or decent sharpness skills on here definitely hurts quite a bit. As always though, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.